Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ow. Talk to him. I mean, sometimes you got people going against you and you just gotta go above and beyond all that. Let's go. Straight up the top, just so you know ain't no stopping us. Yeah, I see you been watching us. You can try, but you better off. I ain't a spectate from the audience. Why you hating from the bleachers? Cheerleaders is loving us. Grab a pom-pom, baby. Last year we
Hello, and welcome to everyone's favorite show of the week, Junior Sports Talk.
Hopefully you guys didn't miss us while we were at camp.
I miss myself.
Yep. So, we're going to be playing a game. We're each going to, me and Matthew are going to get two positions, and Carter's going to get the point guard position.
Yep.
And we're each going to name off, we're going to name off the 5 greatest players in our position that we chose. So, Carter's going to go first with the point guard, and at the end, we will say the lineup, our favorite lineup to ever happen. Now,
So starting off at number 1, I will have Magic Johnson. Obviously, this isn't much of a surprise.
He's just such a dominating player.
Okay, on number 2, I did put John Stockton. I did put him over number 3, only because John Stockton, I don't know, he just had more championship appearances, and I guess he just played better with his teammates. Third place, Oscar Robinson. I much love Oscar Robinson. I couldn't put him as number 2 because I don't know, I just didn't feel it right there. Number 4, I put Isaiah Thomas. I feel
Isaiah the Detroit Bad Boys.
Although he did have an amazing team to work with, I think he was leader of the team and he led them to a great career. Number 5, I put Steve Nash. I really like Steve Nash, and that's not why I put him at number 5. I just think he's an overall great player, great passer, great scorer. And I do have a couple honorable mentions. I put Stephen Curry, because obviously in a couple of years, Steph Curry will probably be on this top 5 list if he keeps playing. And I also did put the man, Jason Kidd, the Bucks coach. I think he's very comparable to Steve Nash, but I had to put Steve Nash ahead of him. So that's my point guard list.
Next we'll have me with the shooting guards and small forwards. So now I have shooting guards. Alright, so number 1, easily the greatest of all time, Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Just one of the most unstoppable players I think I've probably have ever seen on his highlight videos. Number 2, Kobe Bryant. He just retired this year. He just capped off an amazing career, and he goes in at number 2. And then number 3, I have my favorite player of all time, Allen Iverson. Just in his days were just I watched it. I just recently watched a documentary on him. I just saw it. I was just like, oh my gosh, he was unstoppable. I wish I could have watched him in those 76ers days. And then how about I have Jerry West at number 4. Jerry West was he's the face of the NBA on that logo.
You gotta be pretty good to be on.
Yeah, you gotta be pretty good to be on that. And last, a lot of people might be surprised, but Reggie Miller as shooting guard. Reggie Miller is honestly top 3 for me, greatest shooters of all time.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Reggie Miller, and I think he was very good. So
very consistent.
Yeah, very consistent. And for honorable mentions, I have Pete Maravich and Clyde Drexler, 2 very good players in their day.
Yeah.
So I'll have me with the small forwards of next year. Now you have me doing small forwards. Number 1 for me, it's easy. The King, LeBron James. He's one of the most dominating players that I've ever had the chance to watch. I've had the privilege to watch.
And LeBron's word.
And yeah, so yeah, LeBron's easily at number 1, and I think that if he keeps playing like he is into his last seasons, might surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest player of all time. And number 2, I have Larry Bird, because before LeBron James, Larry Bird was the greatest small forward of all time. Great shooter, just great all-around player.
Great
he rocks those Converses.
Yeah. There's not many players that can rock out.
Number 3, Dr. J, probably the greatest dunker of all time. And after seeing all of his highlights, he seemed like he'd be a player that I'd really like to watch when I was.
And a great defensive player too.
Yep, great defensive player.
Very underrated in his defense.
Very great player that Dr. J was. And then number 4, Scottie Pippen. I think just Scottie Pippen, without him, Michael Jordan may have still have a lot of success, but not as much success as he has right now without Scottie Pippen.
I can't say the same.
Yeah.
I'm not a Scottie Pippen lover, but you know.
But I don't think that 95-96 Bulls team wouldn't have been
I gotta agree.
anything without Scottie Pippen or Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, the man is a great player, but I'm just not. He's not my favorite.
And then number 5, Dominique Wilkins, the human highlight film, just a tremendous athlete all around.
Great
And
basketball.
then honorable mentions, I have Elgin Baylor and James Worthy, both very important players for their team in their day. So now we have Matt. He'll be doing the power forwards and centers, so we'll have him up next.
So next I'm talking about the best power forwards of all time. Number 1, who retired this year, obviously Tim Duncan.
In great fashion.
Great, he retired in great fashion, yes.
In
In
the
the middle of the
department?
night in the off season. What
Wow.
a diva.
Wow.
Okay,
He's just a great team player.
Yeah,
so number 2, I got Karl Malone. Karl Malone didn't win any titles, but had so many championship appearances.
and matched with
Great
that
player.
amazing point guard to his feet in the ball, John Stockton, as I mentioned before.
Number 3 is Charles Barkley, one of the greatest rebounders of all time,
Round Mound.
and just a great player. Number 4, I got Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett, a great player, a great scorer,
Great scorer,
great defender.
And who I've had the privilege to watch.
And also is a great crowd entertainer, can get the crowd on their feet in a minute or two.
And number 5 is Dirk Nowitzki, who is one of the only power forwards to be one of the greatest shooters of all time, too. He's a great three-point shooter, great mid-range shooter, very talented player. And my honorable mentions are Bob Pettit and Kevin McHale, because those are both 2 good players to put into consideration.
Yep.
And next I'm talking about best centers.
So we'll have
We're talking about the best centers of all time. Number 1 is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the number 1 scorer of all time, and also won multiple championships. Number 2 is Bill Russell. Bill Russell, even if he's not one of the best centers in my opinion, he won 17 championships, which he has to put him at number 2.
And not many players can say they won 17 championships. Or one championship.
Only one player can say that.
Or 16 championships or 50. Okay, alright.
Now number 3, Wilt Chamberlain, who obviously is also is one of the greatest centers of all time. Very talented, very tall.
A very great scorer.
Yep. Obviously scored 100 points in the game. Number 4 is Hakeem Olajuwon. Obviously a very, very, very good center.
A great post move set, including the dream shake, and an amazing defender.
Now number 5, we got Shaq. And Shaq, 7'1", and everyone loves Shaq.
Wait, but why didn't you put Shaq any higher than Hakeem?
Shaq?
Yeah.
I like Hakeem better. I think Hakeem's a better player, but
I think
Shaq's
Shaq's a little more entertaining because, you know, being the announcer of today.
obviously honorable mentions, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, and George Mikan.
Now we will discuss our top teams, our favorite players in the lineup.
So yeah, we're gonna have our favorite players, and we're just gonna put them in the lineup and to cap off this segment. So
Can I go first?
yeah, you can go first.
Okay, so my point guard would be Sean Livingston, just because he's 6'7". I know I'm crazy. My shooting guard is Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's awesome. Small forward, Paul George. Power forward, Kawhi Leonard. And center, Bismack Biyombo. On my bench, I would have Vince Carter, Wesley Matthews, Magic Johnson, Noah Vonleh, and Walter Tavares.
And your coach.
What about Bryce Cotton?
Oh, Bryce Cotton's. Yeah, Bryce
And
Cotton.
who's your coach?
Next Town Brown.
Next Tom Brown. Tom Brown. All right,
Larry Brown.
Larry Brown. So I'll go next. My point guard, I put my favorite player of all time, even though he's a shooting guard. I put Allen Iverson at point guard, and then at shooting guard, I put in Vince Carter, and for small forward, I put in Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then at power forward, at center, I put in Magic Shaquille O'Neal. And then at power forward, I would put Charles Barkley. And then on my bench, I'd have Reggie Miller. I'd also have Bucks Ray Allen. And then just a lot more. Those are 2 bench players that I know I have. And then my coach would be my favorite basketball coach of all time, Bo Ryan.
Okay, so my starting lineup and my whole bench. Okay, point guard would be Oscar Robinson, huge Bucks fan, and he's always been one of my favorite players. My shooting guard would be Jerry West. I love Jerry West. I love shooters, and I love him. Okay, my small forward, Rudy Gay, the GOAT.
Rudy Gay.
One of my favorite players of all time. He had to be on this list. Power forward, Channing Frye. I love to use him in 2K, and my dad hates him, and he's just an all-around great player, and I love him. So, not personally. Okay, and my center, none other than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Jr. Again with the Bucks thing. Always been one of my favorite players. Okay. No, just Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Alright, yeah,
Okay. And so my bench, splash honorable mentions, Chris Paul, Giannis Antetokounmpo, JJ Redick, Dirk Nowitzki, DeAndre Jordan, Anthony Bennett, and Sasha Vujac. My coach would be Bob Love Noterbutter, and my team staff would be Ramon Shiduklinik.
Alright, well, after this, what I want you guys to do is pause the video and look at the What's Inside YouTube channel, because we're gonna have
Big growing YouTube channel.
we're gonna have a parody on them, and so I want you to pause the video and check out their latest videos, and you'll see the
Great videos.
and you'll see our parodies and see what the jokes actually mean.
I just love our videos, they're just so helpful with humans. Lincoln! It's here! Lincoln! Lincoln! What? It's here! Lincoln, watch out your button!
Oh my god!
It's here!
Welcome back to What's Inside. I'm Lincoln and this is Dan. Today we got a special box. And it's very big too.
Yeah. We actually just got this package off eBay, and for $500. Today we're gonna be cutting open
Whoa! An apple!
an apple.
I love these things.
But before we cut open this apple, we have to take it on a Lincoln. Before we cut open an apple, we actually have to take this on a trip, of course. But since we're bankrupt from all the other trips we went on, why don't we just go through our downtown Utah? So, see you there.
I'm glad I got to do it with you. My head.
Don't worry, you're all right. All right. So I guess it's time for us to cut open this apple. So let's do it. This thing is so hard to cut open. I actually hurt my fingers. So let's get a bigger knife.
Yeah, I also
There we go.
I love that knife.
Lincoln.
Whoa!
Lincoln, look at
That's
this.
cool.
Did you even think there were gonna be seeds in this?
No. Whoa.
All right. Okay. So as you
It's good.
all right. So as you can see, the texture is very like slimy, and
I know.
you know, once it gets in here, it gets a little bumpy. Wow, this was a good one, guys.
Look at this. It looks just like a person's hair coming down.
Okay. Well, I guess that concludes the episode of What's Inside. So, I guess that'll be it. So, see you guys next time.